everyone, it's Rhonda here from Nelson Soapery. Unfortunately, my silly camera is not doing the right thing, so I need to do the voiceover again. So anyway, on here we have all of our utensils that we're going to need to make some beautiful whipped soap. I'm going to make 3 different types today, and here what I've got is all of my utensils that I need sanitized. So they're all laying down, and I've actually sprayed them with isopropyl. You can do a bit bleach solution or the isopropyl, but I definitely spray them with isopropyl. And for those of you that don't know, it's actually just rubbing alcohol, which you can even get at a hardware store. So you must do this bit so that it has no growths, because we definitely don't want that. And we'll leave it until it's dry and then come back and start. So now next of all, because we're making whipped soap and this is going to go in a stand mixer, of course we need the bowl for the stand mixer. So this has been totally sanitized as well, and then we will get going with the whip and organizing all the ingredients. So now I thought I would show you what I use. This is the drum that I buy. It's a massive big drum of pre-whipped soap. You don't just get it like this and that's it. You need to do a bit of work with it. So from here I pay about $300 for the drum, but you can get it in smaller amounts, and I buy mine from Heirloom Australia, and this is a really good one. I'm really happy with it. It's worked really well for me. So as we go along, I'll give you some tips and some tricks how to make some beautiful whipped soap. So first of all, we've measured up all of our whipped soap in here. So I have actually measured up 1 kilo of the whipped soap. So we've put it inside our stand mixer. We do have the mixer on as well. So the attachment you need is the whip. And then what we're going to do is simply whip it around. So you only need to whip it for about 2 minutes. So while that's happening, now we're going to get all of our oils organized. So in my container here, I do have 45 grams of the fragrance oil. You can put up to 55 in this mixture, I think, but I'm not going to do that. You can put anything you like as long as you're adhering to laws in your country. Just make sure that you're following everything and read on all your suppliers' lists. Also, we're going to add some beautiful jojoba oil in this one. I'm going to be adding in 4 tablespoons of jojoba oil. You can use another oil, but I'm using this one because it's beautiful for the skin. It's really nourishing, and it honestly ends up a beautiful, beautiful whip. So this is what I'm using for mine, and that way you don't need to do anything else. You don't need to put lots of different oils and everything like that. But then I'm also going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon of vitamin E. Vitamin E, as we all know, is just that beautiful oil that everybody needs, and you can buy it in tablet form just like this, so they're really easy to get hold of. And this tablet form ends up being about 1/8 of a teaspoon as well. So now that we have all of our oils ready, we do have everything in the mixer here. We're just going to pour in our oils and then mix it on medium for about 1 more minute. Don't over mix it, because this can turn back into liquid if it's mixed too much. So now look at it. It's looking absolutely beautiful, and this is what it should look like. It looks similar to lemon meringue pie. It looks gooey and delicious, but of course we can't eat it. It's just delicious for the skin. So now what we want to do is we want to separate this, because I actually want to do 2 colors. I want to leave part of it white, and then the other part I want to add the color that I'm going to be using. And this is what you need to do if you're doing 1 or 2 or 3 colors. You need to separate it and then mix a little bit of mica in to make the color that we want. So like I said, we're going to first just take away what we need and put that into a bowl, and then we're going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon of mica. You can add more if you want it to be colorful, but do remember, nobody wants mica everywhere inside their shower. And you don't need to put polysorbate 80 or anything like this, because we're adding the smallest bit of mica, and of course this is a liquid soap, so the soap is going to wash all of the mica off, so you don't need to worry about anything like that as well. And of course, we want absolutely no water in this. If any water gets in this, then of course it can contaminate it and create growths. So make sure all of your water stays well away from this. The pre-mix that you get does already have a preservative in it, but of course when you're adding more ingredients, then that can alter that. But I don't add any more preservatives in it. because my customers don't want it. But you need to explain that if water gets into it, it can grow growths. But I use this all the time, and so do my daughters, and we have never had an issue. So these are the containers I'm going to use. I do get these from an Australian supplier. It's just a plastics company, and these are a food grade as well. So we're going to spray these with isopropyl. Again, make sure that these are totally ready to use. And then, of course, we're going to get a piping bag just to make it look a bit pretty, because you'll be able to see through the jars. So now, like I said, we're getting everything organised. We're getting our mica, because I'm going to add a little bit of this saffron orange that I've got from Aussie Candle Supplies. I've had this mica here for about 2.5 years because I bought so much of it, and I didn't need it so much. So you can see it's a heaped teaspoon of 1/8 of a teaspoon. Like I said, it's not a full teaspoon. But we're going to add that in. We're going to turn the mixer on again. And remember, this is only half of the mixture. So this is 500 grams because we've already taken some white out of the mix as well. So now look how gorgeous this looks once we mix it up. It gives it a really peachy kind of apricot-y colour. And the first one I'm actually going to be doing is vanilla peach. So of course, this is going to be perfect. So now what I've got is my plastic laid down. It's just some Glad wrap or some cling wrap, some plastic wrap. And the reason I'm doing this is that it actually helps save the bag, and it's easier to get it in a piping bag. So then just put all of your colours, just lay them on top of each other, twist the ends, and then we're going to literally just cut off the end and slide this into the piping bag. And it makes it super, super easy as well to get into the piping bag. So like you can see, I'm just lifting it up, pop it in and shake it through the bag. It's really not that hard at all. And these piping bags are large ones, so you definitely need a large one. And you don't want to add too much in the cling wrap because you want to be able to put your hand at the top and nothing's going to come out of the top end. So do make sure you don't overfill the bag. And then the good thing with this is we're just going to take out the middle cylinder when it's ready, and we can just replace it with, you know, more of the mixture that we're going to wrap in cling wrap as well. So it's really, really easy. So what I do is I put on these jugs, these little containers, onto my scale, and then I'm going to tear it out. So now I'm just going to push this a little bit forward so you can see better on the scale. And then basically what I'm going to do is it's teared out, and then I pipe directly onto that so you know that you're getting the right amount for the customers. In Australia, law is quite strict that customers need to get what they're paying for. If you say 100 grams, you can't be giving them 92 grams. It needs to be 100 grams. So that's why I measure everything, including bath bombs, mixtures. Anything I do is measured. All my soap is measured as well. It's okay to give them a little bit over, but not a little bit under. So you definitely need to make sure this is all good. And you want to keep one or two with a beautiful piping on the top, just so that can be for your photos. So I'm sure you can agree. Look how gorgeous this looks. Absolutely so pretty. And make sure and I've done this mistake before, if you're doing a rose or something and you add rose petals, you need to take them off before you seal it because it rots the rose petals. So you definitely need to take them off because it's just not going to be good at all. So anyway, like I said, we're going to get going. We will measure all of these up, and I will show you at the end when I do the labels and how I'm actually doing everything as well. So like I said, make sure that you're not whipping it too much. That is one tip I can definitely give. Don't put too much oil mixture in it as well. Make sure you're weighing everything as you're going along, and don't keep these in a hot area because they will melt down, and you definitely can't take them to a market or something like that when it's super hot because they can definitely melt down. But anyway, let's get going, like I said, and we'll see exactly how I'm making these, and let's get going and make them gorgeous. So now they are totally ready. I have already put them into these little containers, and each kilo mixture of this will make you 10 100-gram containers. So it does go a long way. So here is the start of my little stickers that I've already made that go on the top. These ones are literally just going to say what it is and the grams, and then at the bottom I will have all of the ingredients, the warnings, and all of the labels and so on that need to go onto the bottom to adhere to Australian law. And no matter whether you're in Australia, the US, Canada, France, wherever you are, it doesn't matter. You still need to adhere to your law. So just understand your law a little bit as well. And there's so much information on the internet. So just go on there and look. So for me, I've designed them all on Canva, and then I have printed them off with my Cricut. And yes, everyone, you're going to laugh, but I've got it right. I've said Cricut. I know it's not a Cricut. I keep saying the wrong thing. But anyway, and then those ones I just showed you are my Lily Moss in the purple colours as well. So I've done a few. I've done a cashmere silk. I've also done my vanilla peach and the Lily Moss, which is one of my most popular scents in soap, which is like a sort of orchid mixture. And as many of you know, I don't just do one mixture. I usually mix several blends together to get more of a unique look just for me and my business. And if we're sort of talking about the sale price that you might want to sell them for, look, I've seen people sell these from $7 up to $30 for this particular 100 grams. So it's up to you, but I honestly think $15 or $16 is a very fair price for those as well. These are my little tiny baby ones. They're samples, and I've also made tiny baby stickers for those, and I'll give some of those out to some lovely people. So when someone buys things from me, I like to give them some samples so that they can try something that they may not have thought about trying before. And my little business is going in a new direction at the moment. Everything will stay the same, but I have hired a graphic artist now to help me redo my website and make sure everything gets the attention it needs and make sure it looks all gorgeous. So I will actually put some links for him down below so you can go and ask him any questions. He's very good and very affordable, so if anyone needs help with their website or something like that. So yeah, just get and ask him. And he also does, you know, things for boxes and so on. But I thought I would just add that bit in because lots of people have been messaging me saying they're loving my site and how it's going at the moment. So anyway, in further ado, I won't keep blabbing on, but I just wanted to say thank you everyone for following me and helping my business be such a success. If you love what I do, make sure you subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and I love to hear all your comments. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.